Hey guys, Toast here, and today I want to talk about something that I think many people notice in Overwatch but might not really fully understand or realize that they should care. Today's topic of discussion is the difference between health, armor, and shield, and how it can impact the way you play the game. Let's begin on a very basic level. All characters in the game have a set number of hit points ranging from 150 on the low end to 600 on the high end. At the low end of the spectrum, you have characters like Tracer and Zenyatta, and at the high end you have Roadhog, followed by all other tanks closely behind. In case you don't know where to find the health bar, it's located right here in-game. Hit points in the game are broken into 3 different colors, each of which represent a different type of hit point. You have white, which represents basic health, you have yellow, which represents armor, and finally you have blue, which represents shields. Each of these 3 types of hit points act in a different way. Health, the white one, is your most basic type of hit point in the game. Every character has some basic health, and it acts as you would expect basic health to act. When you take damage, the amount of damage is taken from your current health pool at a 1-to-1 ratio, and that health will remain missing until you are either healed by a health pickup or an allied character. Armor, the yellow one, is similar to basic health in that once removed from your health pool, it can only be regenerated by health pickups or by being healed by an allied teammate. The major difference here, however, and the one that makes armor a valuable thing to have, is that the amount of armor removed from your health pool is always 5 hit points lower per projectile than the amount of damage done to you. This means that the damage from every bullet you take or every pellet from a scattered shot that hits you will take away 5 hit points less damage than it actually causes. This tends to have the highest impact on high rate of fire, low damage weapons like Tracer's primary attack, Widow's full auto attack, and Soldier 76's primary attack. Finally, you have shields, the blue one, which acts similar to basic health in that the amount of damage taken is removed from your current health pool at a 1-to-1 ratio. However, unlike both basic health and armor, shields will regenerate on their own after a few seconds of not taking damage without the need to find a health pickup or an ally nearby to heal you. This means you have the opportunity to duck briefly out of combat to regenerate some health and then go right back in. Now, you can still regenerate shields from allied health or health pickups, however, it isn't required to regenerate. Every character in the game has some amount of basic health, whether that be just a portion or all of their health pool. However, many characters also have armor or shields on top of that basic health. You cannot just have armor or just shield without basic health, and no character in the game currently has all 3 by default. You can be granted armor by abilities like Torbjorn's Armor Pack, or shields by abilities like Symmetra's Photon Shield. However, these are only given to you until they've been used up by damage taken, and then the abilities will need to be cast again in order for you to receive them again. You may note that characters that have more than one type of hit point will always have their basic health starting on the far left side of their health bar, and their secondary type of hit point coming after that. This is the case for every character that has more than one type of hit point, and also applies for armor or shields granted by abilities. Damage taken by enemies will always use up your secondary type of hit point first, and then once that type of hit point has been drained, damage will begin to pull out of your basic health. When it comes to being healed, if you have basic health and armor, your basic health will always regenerate first, and once it's been fully refilled, your armor will begin to refill. With basic health and shields, your shield will refill regardless of how much basic health you have remaining, as long as it's higher than 0. If you have 0 health remaining, well, you'll be dead, so you won't have to worry too much about your shield at that point anyways. Now, what does this mean for the way that you play the game? If you have a basic health only character, this means that all enemies will do full damage to you, and the only way you're getting anything back is to have a healer or a health pickup nearby. This means that you have to take every enemy as a threat because they will all do the maximum amount of damage possible to you for their characters, and you need to rely on map placement or allied teammates in order to heal. If you have some armor, this means that characters like the ones I mentioned earlier with high rate of fire and low damage per bullet weapons will pose a bit less of a threat to you. You'll have a slightly easier time surviving against those enemies, and you'll likely stay in the fight a little bit longer. Finally, if you have some shield, know that you can quickly duck out of a fight and heal up without the need to rely on anything but time. Also know that if your shield is the only thing that's taken damage, if you're able to get to safety, you can bring yourself back to full health. Let's finish up with what characters have what type of hit points and how much of each. Starting with the offense characters, all of whom only have basic health, we have Tracer with 150 health, Soldier 76 with 200 health, Reaper with 250 health, Pharah with 200 health, McCree with 200 health, and Genji with 200 health. Moving on to defense, you have Bastion, who has 200 health and 100 armor with no shields. You have Hanzo, who only has 200 health, Junkrat, who only has 200 health, Mei, who has 250 health, Torbjorn, who has 200 health, and Widowmaker, who also has 200 health. When it comes to support, Lucio only has 200 health, Symmetra has 100 basic health and 100 shield, Mercy has 200 health, and Zenyatta has 50 health with 100 shield. Finally, for the tanks, you have Reinhardt with 300 basic health and 200 armor, D.Va with 100 basic health and 400 armor, the most armor in the game, Winston with 400 basic health and 100 armor, Zarya with 200 basic health and 200 shield, and finally Roadhog with 600 basic health only. But that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if this was information you already knew, or if you happened to learn something. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more content, please subscribe and follow me on Facebook and Twitter, links in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Toast, and I'll talk to you soon.